Radio Democracy, on news, views, and entertainment. Radio Democracy, Radio Democracy, Radio Democracy, on news, views, and entertainment. The true voice of the people. Radio D, to you there's no equal.
Second to none. Radio D, you're still number one.
You are the voice of the voiceless. You are the choice of the voiceless.
Real.
Sure.
Check it.
You did teach and preach, but good governance. You want to see we country advance. You not get party, stand for democracy. You give everybody a chance.
98.1.
Radio.
Stay tuned to Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. A few minutes past the hour 11. As any time from now, we'll go to Studio 2 for the program Inside Parliament. So stay tuned, not going outside. Continue for stay tuned to this wonderful station.
Party. We have no region. We have no.
Welcome to another edition of the program Inside Parliament, where they can to live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. You listen to on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl, and self you can watch we live now Radio Democracy Facebook page. Me where they bring this edition of the program can to you. Me name na Princess Pias. Inside this edition of the program Inside Parliament, we go look at the state's opening address where President Julius Maada Bio don go opening the third session of the 5th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone. Also, he go talk about the thing them where in government don't do and self-waiting a plan for do. Well, inside this edition of the program, I've been forget some member of parliament, them will be part of this discussion, but due to one or two reasons, make them say they're not going to be part of this discussion. But yet still, we go get other people, them, we go be part of this program and talk for sake of some areas, them, where the president don't talk, say he don't do well, especially the youth sector and other sector them where it talk about. The program is still a listen to now Inside Parliament, where they can to live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, and you listen to me on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl, and self you can watch me live now Radio Democracy Facebook page. Well, you can send a message to the number on 077981981, or you can call on that number there for ask you question and be part of the program. The program is still listened to now Inside Parliament, and me when they bring and country live, me on name na Princess Pias. To the Inside Parliament, where the Kasabinji say Thursday, 28, President Spiobin proclaimed the state's opening of the third session of the 5th Parliament. When at the time this, where the President explained how far he don't go for achieve the thing them, where he been promised the last session of Parliament, and where Timo go do this third session. Also, President Spiobin talk about different thing them, where like he don't do. Well, for more on this, I will put these reports together. This year's state opening of the third session of the 5th Parliament of the Second Republic of Salone been different from the other states opening them because Parliament not been get better ceremony. Outside the president can take guard of honor. Member of Parliament them from different political party can wear ashobi and self then supporter them can go cheer up the president and the member of Parliament them. But this year it not be happen because of the coronavirus. The state opening na ceremony outside the president can go talk but waiting in government don't do, waiting in not able for do and waiting he plan for do.
In exercise of the powers conferred upon him by subsection 1 of section 84 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act number 6 of 1991, I, Julius Maada Bio, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, do hereby prorogue the second session of Parliament with effect from Wednesday, 27th May 2020, and proclaim the commencement of the third session of the 5th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone at Parliament Building, Tower Hill, on Thursday, 28th May 2020. Signed, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio.
That na the voice of the clerk na Parliament, Honorable Umar Parantarawali. But they close the second session of the 5th Parliament. Also, it be open the third session of the 5th Parliament. After the president don't open the third session of the 5th Parliament, it begin for talk about some of the things them where it don't do. Also, one pani sector them where it mean talk about how it don't improve the work na the health sector.
I'm pleased to report that for the third successive year, my government has increased healthcare budget allocation from 7% in 2018 to 10.5% in 2019 and 11% in 2020. We have recruited 2,500 health workers and we'll be hiring 3,000 more in 2020 with a focus on midwives, pharmacists and pharmacy technicians, epidemiologists, clinical and surgical community health officers. We have instituted continuing education for nursing professionals. Mr. Speaker, in line with my commitment to establish an ultra-modern diagnostic facility in Sierra Leone, I am pleased to announce to this House that Cabinet has approved 19.8 million United States dollars for the construction of a national diagnostic radiotherapy cancer center. This will substantially reduce costs on our overseas medical expenditure and broaden our access to Sierra Leoneans.
The other thing where the president been talk about say in government don't try for achieve na water supply na the country.
Government has provided funding for the reconstruction of water supply systems in 6 headquarter towns: Moyamba, Pujom, Kailam, Kabala, Kambia, and Magoroka. Government has provided funding for and will soon commence work on the reconstruction of the Bond water supply system. In the medium term, DFID has funded feasibility studies and detailed design on the rehabilitation of the Guma Dam, the water treatment plant, transmission network, leakage management for distribution network, Power Road pumping station, extension of the distribution network, and refurbishment of the Arlington water supply system. The World Bank has also funded the Freetown Emergency Recovery Project.
A part of that achievement here, where the president say in government don't do, but waiting in plan for improve electricity supply in the country.
Because energy access at 18%, my government will pursue its overall policy objective of providing adequate, affordable, and sustainable power supply nationwide to stimulate economic development through the consolidation, improvement, and expansion of existing and potential energy supply infrastructure. 5 substations in Brookfield, Congo Cross, King Tom, Lumley, and Blackhall Road. The erection of poles to link these substations is also underway.
But one thing will be make member of parliament them begin for alla the usual alla them na parliament. Now where the president been call the member of parliament them for make them maintain peace na the country.
President Bio! Corona Bio! There is victory for all. There is victory. President Bio. President Bio. President Bio. President.
After the president's speech, I've been talked to the leadership for the main opposition, All People's Congress APC party, and the leader of government business and parliament, but waiting and think about the president in speech.
It's very clear. I mean, they just outlined the thing that we plan for do in the next parliament or the council, the next session. They look at us, it gets put on scale of preference because we are faced with a pandemic all over the world now. We now COVID-19. So it no say challenges and day, you not shy away from that. You make it see some of the things that we don't say, it don't roll out over kind of this session. Also they roll until in 5 years done. Some of the day as they go, they achieve there, they drop there. So we as members of parliament, we read the speech, we give an analytical view to the speech, and we give him support to office necessary.
If you listen to all what he say carefully and digest them, you go see and confirm say instead of acknowledge the fact say government is a continuous process, and that indirectly former President Kuma been doing a fantastic job. Now then they get a platform for making this kind of statement and show side they continue to go towards. Because the roads we talk about, the energy sector we talk about, be it the Bumuna phase 2, all what he talk about are things that President Kuma then sign, then begin for construct, they go far with them before they left government in 2018. We therefore acknowledge something good as a platform for move forward. All the one the way they work with them, practice what they don't say. Oneness. The judiciary for work, then if work independently. The police for work, and if work independently.
Radio Democracy will continue for look inside the president in speech, where member of parliament them will begin debate. For Radio Democracy, Princess Piercy reports. The program is still a listen to now inside Parliament, where they can to rely from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. You they listen to it on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl. Well, that's the report where you just listen to, where Usai President Bio been proclaimed the state opening of the third session of the fifth Parliament. When at the time this, where the president be explained, but what he don't do and been promised. Waiting be promised last session and self waiting more plan for do inside this third session of the fifth Parliament. Well, President Bill been talk on different things them inside this in speech, but just for make the public know, I've been forget some members of Parliament them will be part of this discussion, but due to one or two reasons, most of them no be able to come. Well, for sake of that, I don't get one media analyst we na El Casano, where therefore can talk about the president in speech. Good morning and welcome to the program Inside Parliament.
Good morning and happy for the.
Okay, firstly, we see Thursday, May 28th, we see President Bio don't go do the opening of the third session of the fifth Parliament on the Second Republic of Salone, and he will get a speech where he go read to members of Parliament on what he don't do. So, how we go assess the whole ceremony?
The ceremony take place na a parliament where everybody be challenged right now. You know see that kind of atmosphere, that kind of fanfare will be known the use for see where presidents they go address in people them, tell them but in successes, tell them but in challenges, and tell them with a projected way first say if we're able to achieve or if we're able to improve on those challenges them. Now, why I say in a challenging moment? And because we all know what we grapple with as a nation. Salone don't succumb to the coronavirus disease like other nations them across the world. And we don't lose people them. We love one them. Now that make in introductory remarks, presidents say make people stand up and make people observe a moment's silence for the loved ones them. Be Salone now, be other nationalities them. But I should say that now for sure say President Bio now somebody will value humanity, a person will value in citizens there. Now that make it say make we able make in introductory remarks to observe moment silent so that God go forgive them people them we don't lost Sierra Leoneans and non-Sierra Leoneans them, and may God accept with prayer as a nation for make this COVID-19 be a history of the past. And moving forward, for me, the speech where President Julius Maada Bio make His Excellency, now one of the most impressive speeches ever we don't listen to, we presidents then don't make now the well of Parliament, because the president make two appeal. For me, that's very much important. The president say more, he call on every Sierra Leonean for come together. Firstly, we for come together because we share a common destiny. Secondly, we for come together during this moment as a united Sierra Leonean because of the sake of humanity. So it make you every Sierra Leonean for be guilty why you not for support the president. If you not even want support him because in a president where he use the SLPP ticket for come na power, you for support him for the sake of humanity. That for sure say you na Sierra Leonean and you for able share the feelings where the way other people like where people and they lost their loved one them because of those reasons, and you know say this is a challenging moment if we're able to come together who able to support the president. And for the sake of national development, if you say you're a patriot, waiting people and they remember you for tomorrow, now waiting you do for bring a change, for effect a change. Martin Luther King them today na America, one of the civil rights activists them where the world is celebrate, then because they try for effect change now America, they try for make sure say they inject patriotism among Americans. Today, if you see American everywhere, even if it dey na side where us they born, as long as America flag they go pull them there because it believe in patriotism. So President Julius Maada Bio use that platform for see how best it able revive patriotism in Sierra Leoneans. They say patriotism in all day. But the president also remind we for say this now a moment where we for contribute in the only two way. If you not get money for support the government, for support the community, you get a way for contribute. That is the way you even wear mask. Now wear that for able support the government, for adhere to the precautionary measures them where the health people, the master sabi people them well body people them don't put in place. For even see them when they say go wash you hand, treat regularly. Now way that they support the government. For use hand sanitizer if you not get money, but now way that you support the government. Because by so doing, you cut the transmission, social distancing. This now way them that way they support the government. You don't contribute also for make the government end the fight against this deadly virus who gets in the country. Before we come to the developments then. For me, I should say that now waiting every patriotic Sierra Leonean for look up to. If you look to a president where not a unifier, more than somebody where they divide people. Now that make the president make them that appeal. More we come together for the sake of humanity. More we come together for the sake of patriotism, national development, for more Bambai tomorrow, more make Salone a better place after coronavirus, for we picking them and we great grand picking them Bambai tomorrow. Before we come now to waiting the president, it talk about the achievement, the challenges them all get.
Okay, now just like what you say the speech where the president, the address where he make to members of parliament them a good. But most people believe say most of the thing them inside address like where he talk about the achievement non new. Most of the thing already nothing the way he don't talk and most people are aware of So what do you think say missing? What do you think say missing out of all within the president be talk?
I beg for the far what people them say non new. A lot of new things them they were inside the presidency speech. If you compare this one to the previous one even talk about the single treasury account. We enough talk inside this. This one, it talk about the radiotherapy cancer treatment center.
But that will be done. That
No, it not be there.
this don't mean
No.
the second one they talk about.
No, the president no ever talk in his speech. In all this now the third term in the address parliament. He no ever talk about a cancer treatment center where he say parliament. Look at what he say. Parliament don't approve the money. This is unique.
Cabinet.
Cabinet don't approve the money. Sorry, he say cabinet don't approve the money. It not ever happened now the history of Sierra Leone since we get independence. 27th April 1961. Now the first time this we they get a sitting president where they say, and they discourage people for make them come on at this country and go outside go for medical treatment. So therefore, if me as a president, one for build this country, one for provide better and quality health facility. Now for my bill, then kind thing. No, this they show.
Okay, so this different from the one of them don't talk say then get.
You know ever talk. If you watch if you do a thorough assessment of his speech, being a person where they follow president religiously on all in activities and in speech, as he making speech, and only listener when the hard copy I read and treat him. So that person no go will tell me saying I saw the president say I saw the I don't read all the president's speeches, especially the one we get for do with the address in parliament. No say I know the way it tells Sierra Leone and say cabinet don't approve this money for more able get this particular hospital, this particular center here. You understand? Within the sub-region, I sure say for we now a tap on the president in back. This now that kind of president with people in the one see. Ever since independence, now that kind of thing president where people in the clamor for. Now that make people overwhelmingly vote in for me they able make sure say this not a president way for talk, when a president will they deliver. And now that make it say this time it not talk about projection, it not talk about intention, it not talk about assumption, but what it talk, we talk about action. Cabinet don't approve this money for more get this. So for me, if people then say there is nothing new, this is now one unique something where it don't talk about.
Okay, before we can talk about in flagship program and education, we in talk about in science speech, some of the achievements we are able to gain doing this in free quality education program. Now let's just go to the media. We say in talk about the subvention to sludge and save the repeal of the criminal libel law, and that's nothing we don't talk about for any time we talk. So what do you think about this for lady here? Now we know they talk about
something we new way talk about this.
Like waiting so now we know they talk about now when most of them promise then they go actualize, more especially repeal of the libel law and save the subvention to sludge, the land and the media where he say they try for give free speech and information. So when all of them things get factualized.
Fine. The president believes say we forget a responsible press. He say a responsible press with the whole government to account. Because the president mark you he actually truncates in talk and do slogan on transparency, accountability. So if waiting for make it become accountable and transparent, now the media, now the one party, because the media they play a societal watchdog. You understand? Check the excesses of the government and remind the government on in campaign promises. The president, not a person for time. Now when in a campaign, during a campaign trail, he say the 1965 Public Order Act, especially Part 5, he said that law not fit na modern democracy. And me, as a father of democracy in this country, I dey make sure say we pull land if una vote me in. And one part the most unique thing we don't ever happen since that law they come now this country, now that it don't go through cabinet, it don't ever happen since that law come into existence. So that is a unique something will happen now this country. The president believes say journalists them not to criminals them. Journalists them everywhere, then they do a genuine job, a professional job then they do. But that law, it criminalized the work of journalists. It tell you say even truth not to defense. And therefore the president just believes say why truth not for be a defense? And why you for criminalize the work of journalists? No, that law they will for pull up. And for make it happen, for make it happen, not for like outright the other person may say, or this person may say, we go pull this, then can't thing ever happen. This trip, it don't get cabinet approval. Waiting left. Now for me then table and parliament. So for me, I want to use this opportunity, this platform for tell President Julius Maada Bio, thank you for where he try for talk, where is on the campaign promise for make able to actualize, waiting it been talk and put them into a visible reality. I know that you also a unique but that aspect. Now that the president, the president say, then the Ministry of Information and Communication together with the Ministry of Lands, they come together, then they work on forget an office space, a land where Slide go forget an office space within Freetown. You know when they happen. This is not something new, a unique. Other countries then like Ghana, other countries then they support the government, they support the media. It don't mean say we government they subscribe or support the media, now for stifle the media or for muscle the work of journalists them. Not to that with it. Now for make you able strengthen them, make you able empower them for able to do their work so that they will bet more. Now that make the president say, no, I for make sure say I become accountable and journalists them for check me excesses, but responsibly them for practice their work. So this now very unique something will not ever happen. If somebody they tell you say, no, this not the same speech, not the same speech. Because this one the word they highlight, not ever done at the president's speech. And today, me are proud because as a proud member of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, for me, I want on behalf of the membership, salute His Excellency and the government of Sierra Leone for even then when they get then kind of thoughts them, that leadership. And now then kind of leadership them we want now this country. And now then kind of president them, the people them of this country they vote for. And now then kind of president them they want to see where they listen and where believe say the dreams and aspirations of the people of this country for be actualized.
Okay, now let me go to the president in flagship program where in education, just like what you say, most of the thing them as according to you within this presidential address. Na new thing they did, but most people believe say most of the thing they no new. Like especially so this flagship program, most of the thing we talk, like the 21% to the education sector, people in middle area don't talk. The recruitment of teachers them, well they don't recruit on teachers not totally new, and save the teaching service commission where they don't establish all the districts them and non new. So, but although it talk about the achievement or they don't do, but yet still challenges there with the flagship program. What do you think say missing also?
The president say, it tell Sierra Leoneans them through the House of Parliament. He say, una go remember where I've been there today, now this assembly. He say, I can't tell una, but my successes. He say the challenges. Improvement, projection, how to improve those challenges. So that they tell you say the president, not to that kind of person where just can't tell you say, this I've been telling you say I will do this inside 1 year. I don't achieve them inside 1 year. And there is nowhere inside, if you read the New Direction People's Manifesto, nowhere not the way President Julius Maada Bio when he the campaign or inside that manifesto where it tells Sierra Leoneans they say, una vote for me inside 1 year, inside 2 years, I will achieve this thing there. Nowhere not it. What in the president they do basically? Now that the president gets 5-year mandates. Within that 5 years, they come back to the people of this country and present in scorecard. A campaign on a clean slate. This slate now they can present now. All a achievement then they did. Una judge me by what I've been telling una. Now this una will judge me by. Then una can decide whether in fact I qualify for make a go second term or I not qualify. Now to the area of education, President Julius Maada Bio don't always they remind we Sierra Leoneans them. He say it become president in this country today because of education. Because remember, before they reach Usai, before they even join the military, now under single parent. But because it get able to acquire education, now that make it day like it today. So in as president, if you don't go through then kind hard, then difficult moments there, but they are today because of education. I believe say now make it about human development capital. It say for one party thinks them way make Salone the backward. Now because we not being value education. And we need to get an enlightened society, a society where the whole government to task. If we get the illiteracy rate is high, past the one away land book, at the end of the day, what if government they come today, it can campaign to win at this area and tell you say at the bill bridge from up Ministry of Social Welfare take on 98. Even Usai Watanodi, but they tell you say at the bill bridge. So therefore, the president just the re-echo and tell we say I value education. Education now one now my flagship project. Now it say 2 million Pekin don't get free but quality education. And you don't know but you tribe. You don't know if you parents them na APC them belong, na NGC them belong, na PMDC them belong. You no one know that. But when it carry out in development project, it make sure say every Pekin them get them. For example, when the bus facility come, everybody get them na the not. Everybody, as long as you na school Pekin, everybody they benefit from. When they supply school materials, everybody, no matter your status in society, no matter who say you come out, your regional background, your religion, everybody they get that everybody benefit from that from school material. Even the food, the school feeding program, plenty side them the way they benefit. Though not to every side don't benefit from them kind of thing. But that is just tell you say now some of the challenges that way where would they get. You talk about education. We don't see a system. We don't see a situation where we are in. The previous administration, we don't fed ghosts, still fed ghosts. But at the end of the day, even we not end up for see the ghosts them will be the feds. Now, what the president can do? He make sure say teachers them will not be get pin code. He able to give them pin code. They're not to that no more. Previously, then at this speech, it said teacher picking them. Then they benefit. You know one know who side. Once you're a teacher picking, you don't teach for some number of years, you get scholarship. And look like what's in the happen now. Previously, if you watch, may you know how education may not go to the lowest ebb. First time, people in the commot other countries them for come land book now this country we annually the title Anthem of British West Africa. But the previous administration, if you watch, among the first 100 universities within West Africa, Salone even Mindede. Salone, that is just tell you how we education system it dwindled to an extent that it reached to the lowest ebb in this country, where nobody not go proud for get them kind education. Now look like what's in happen. A lot of reforms don't take place now with educational sector. Now, in the area Jala University, they tell you say go to online application. For the college, they tell you say online application. That they just tell you say they want make sure say for digitalize the educational system for match up with contemporary development. That now the kind president we they see where a lot of innovations don't take place. Even the innovative how them call them where them input test for now schools them for make people encounter them creativity, school picking encounter them knowledge them together in terms of creativity innovation. You understand? At the end of the day, then they watch it and then they see how best they will digitize the educational sector. So a lot of reforms don't take place. The on this in president in flagship project.
Okay, just a quick one. You say a lot of reforms will take place na the presidency flagship program, especially this e-learning we talk about. Daniel just left that discussion there for another day, because if you talk to students, them there are challenges, and so if you raise another issue where they talk about teacher picking, we don't teach past 10 and the carry president be promise say go benefits. That's also, if you talk to some teachers, the same way, so we don't teach past 10 years, then still get challenged with this. They're not, most of them picking them not a part of this. They're not able to get any achievements out of that. They're not able to benefit anything. So now, just in few words, you think say this government able for achieve anything out of this free equality?
Yeah, a lot. Let me tell you, if you watch from the time when the effect or when they launched that free quality education at Miata Conference Hall, if you watch from that time when they launch them till now, nobody will tell me say a lot of achievements they know they, and a lot of challenges they know they. Anywhere in the world, when they pilot development, he gets a lot of challenges then. Those challenges them where they get, now then they benchmark for future development. Now, the education, the free quality education, it challenges them there. Daniel, we only admit that. But the good thing is, today, picking them, if you go na Krubola, if you go Bien Yenga, if you go Bien Kamakwe, people them today, they pray God for President Julius Maada Bio in government because of why? Because of what? To them, it don't shift the burden on them, that financial burden. Some people them become drop out. Why did they become drop out? Because them people them not being able to pay. Some of we our parents them, we've been able to support other people, we families them. And today that burden don't come out on we. You understand? He left people and still and picking and still in a private school. Then I wait if he choose for. But then one day they will fumble them where not been get that opportunity. Where some picking them in the drive them at school because of education, because the family not get money because of they not get money, so they pull them at school. Now they be again. So as for me, then a plus on the part of the government. Rosy, not for be rosy 100%. There are challenges there. But those challenges them now then you they use for make sure say you able address for make you able get a proper success.
The program is still a listen to now inside Parliament, where they can live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, still on this issue, Usai President Biogo address the member of Parliament them. Well, I've been talked to the leader for the government business at Parliament, Honorable Matthew Sanuma, and served to the leader for the main opposition party, Honorable Chegno Majuba. What President think about the president in address to them in a Parliament and being get this for say.
Our government business, also Parliament. It's very clear. I mean, they just outlined the thing that we plan for in the next Parliamentary Council, the next session. The next session they begin next week. We don't the other one, so that the third session of the council. He explained all the things. Some of the things we explain: one, empowering youth, how you do outline, which they don't do. You then strive for make you entrepreneurship. He explained and they talking about empowering women, talking about distribution of electricity all over the country, how he plan for Duam, talking about financial credibility. He also explained one day how he plan for Duam. He can't talk about corruption. He talk about how the corruption index. And corruption, he will explain that it come up from 49%, it go to 17%, it go to another 74%. So it gets an index because in the fight of corruption, even the Parliament for make we able to pass the law, then we make anti-corruption work. He also talk about we as a nation for come together for put hands on deck for fight this COVID. It's about the nation, not about individual. So in all of this, we look at us a put a scale of preference because we are faced with a pandemic all over the world now. We now COVID-19. So he knows say challenges and day, he not shy away from that. He make it see some of the things that we don't say, he don't roll out over kind of this session. He also they roll until 5 years done. Some of the day as they go, they achieve there, they drop there. So he don't explain everything. He talk about the water system now, the western area. He said that a very big challenge for us. And because of that, he don't put in place a mechanism, construction of dams. He knows not challenge. Even talk about the the power stations they will get light them, distribution lines there. You talk about how they in fact they don't the substation them, they don't do some they don't construction. So you are giving us an overview of what it will do some, what it, you get for do. So we as members of parliament, we read the speech, we give an analytical view to the speech, and we give them support to office necessary. Because you don't tell me say they need support in this, and most of the things that they do in policies, and how they come and help pass into law for more the efficiency and also get the transparency, also get the platform for making you succeed. And most of the things that you don't really do something in a grant, something in a loan we don't secure, so they are really not like a soft loan. We don't get much impact on the economy. So all of these things are things that we don't see they do, and I think that we some of them you don't even begin. So a matter of time for later now. So for me, I feel say it's a very good speech. I mean, it don't lay the structure, it don't lay the roadmap for in governance this session of the Open Parliament.
Honorable Chairman Oba, leader of the opposition and member of the All People's Congress Party. What he do so in normal practice, and the president in address to the nation, we can on Parliament every year, get thematic areas them. And at the same thing they don't follow. So, but all I will tell you is, if you listen to all what he say carefully and digest them, you go see and confirm say, instead of acknowledge the fact say government is a continuous process, and that indirectly former President Kuma been doing a fantastic job. Now then they get a platform for making this kind of statement and show how they continue to go towards. Because the roads we talk about, the energy sector we talk about, be it the Bumuna Phase 2 or the ECOWAS lines, where the translog or something, but not all what he talk about are things that President Kuma been signed, then begin for construct, they go far with them before they left government in 2018. So this is now a message to all Sierra Leoneans as well, say, we careful acknowledge something good as a platform for move forward. Even if you're not talking directly, when a confirmation was said, the hospitals away, then they don't start for bail under former President Kuma. The roads, the energy sector, the water project that we talk about at the different times. All lenses and I think the way they don't start. Some of them they don't go nearly completion. We talk about the foreign affairs academy. It's how they will train foreign diplomats. These are all things that were there. But they can conclude some and improve upon some. That is what we expect. We don't expect a situation where people just pass up and down, they criticize just because they want to criticize. If good things have been not happening, acknowledge them, then you move on from there. Me, Nadani, I make up on the statement, and I hope say Nadani, every reasonable settlement will make. So it just don't exonerate former President Kuma and his team. Say yes, they did a good job. And we also believe as president, he will provide the lead for we all, because like Papa and picking in us. The lead we go provide will help all for move forward. So we encourage all the one that we work with him. For listening to what he does, Nana could tell me colleagues over the joke with them during the session here. He will say, when I listen on the pastor said don't talk. So all my way to work around them for practice what he don't say. Oneness. The judiciary for work, then if work independently. The police for work, and if work independently. Laws then for be applied, they not be applied indiscriminately. Every citizen for be treated with fairness and with justice. That are the only way we talk about oneness. If the judiciary and the police not they function well, if other state government institutions where they expect to function or they function well, it's difficult to achieve oneness. So the president don't pronounce by this proclamation. We encourage all my winner players, whether irrespective of the political divide we did, but most importantly the government. Arrogance not for the governance. When you get position, no means you for be arrogant. But that's in the you for take time and make sure say we treat everybody fairly.
Well, that's not the leader for the main opposition All People's Congress APC party na Parliament, Honorable Cherno Majuba, been a talk inside the interview with me, and same way so the leader of government business na Parliament, Honorable Matthew Sanyuma, self be the talk about waiting I think about President being address to members of Parliament them, where he be they proclaim the state opening of the third session of the 5th Parliament of the Second Republic of Salone. Well, also I don't get with me Thomas Babadi, we na the vice chairman for the consortium for good governance, democracy and human rights. Well, instead they are for can talk about the position for Seka, the address we Parliament, we President Bill make to members of Parliament them. Good morning, welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning.
Now, we suicide President Bio Dongo address member of parliament them during a state opening, and it talk on different sectors them concerning in development the way it don't bring in the country and some of the challenges also where it begins during the process. So what do you make up of the address where President give to members of parliament them?
My speech. We'll go back to the manifesto promises of the SVP. I always read the manifesto of SVP. Hardly read EPC, what they call G4G, governing for the grassroots. NGC, the manifesto. 3 months election, we discussed it extensively now. SLBC TV, every Sunday. 3 months elections. And very simple to see NGC, C4C, discuss them. So I was like the monitor, so I can forget the whole. SLBC manifesto get 550 promises. What if President Bill talk? No new. The thing they made them promise in the manifesto, and they roll out. And that's it. That's what we expect. But there is nothing new. Now, one thing I like and I'm glad for, and as I say, it seems to happen. We don't difficult over the years. Now the water area, the water sector. Wash in schools. You look at the NGC manifesto, it talks about, say, they will therefore improve in every school in the country, wash. But the education policy was, they will ensure, say, everybody in the country, teacher, principal, head of department, everybody, professor, whatever, they will down through for 1 month and then call up and say, education emergency. That was the NGC manifesto. Now, LAP talk about wash, but on the passing. What I see here, talk about water now in schools, and it's either for improve 2010 water regulatory or whatever. If that is achieved, it will help with picking them, because me an educationist, me a background education, so I like for talk about school and focus. Now, if you look at what's in the happen at the moment, schools in the very good, but the schools are not going to wash facilities in water, sanitation, and hygiene. But they are not usable, except for private schools, based on your research in the last 9-10 years, except private schools, and not even all private schools. Go to public schools. I don't know about both school or Magburka. Yeah, but all those other schools, the wash facilities are not good at all. Picking them for go use them, no way. So imagine say one for go 1 shift by the next 2 or 3 years. What will happen? That picking for go school 8 in the morning and you come at 2:30. You have to go take care of yourself. What happens? Especially co-education schools in guide picking, sanitary pads. And so when they say improve on this area, that will be fine for us. But again, on the whole, the president's speech was welcoming one, and I think he spoke with candor. Again, when you look at this from one point of view, when you talk about justice, rule of law, and security, it's very, very important. The justice sector, prison, police, and the judiciary, these are the 3. If me and a president, we are not in for be at all, we come to politician, and no one for be at all, president, these 3 areas I will handle, and when I leave government, everyone will praise me. Now then are the serious challenge. I cannot, government come, government go, so the man come and go over the place, then say to them, if they're not really handling it well, definitely, we'll just throw you at a dog's back. So, we'd advise that they keep pushing along those lines. And it talk about the draft TV policy has been developed. Good. But again, I'm talking to the speech of the president. He spoke about democracy. If you want to be democratized, a real democracy, we have to encourage every other single voice. Every other dissenting voice, views, dissenting voices are allowed in every other democracy, even in the US and the UK. Come to Ghana, I don't know Ghana, come to Ghana. We have to encourage every other dissenting voice. But today, when you talk, they're pointing up at you. This now, an idea. It's very bad. When you talk too hard, that them call for arrest. Check your phone. And they've done to Dr. Blind. It is wrong. So we want to be a country that is really democratic, when you follow tenet of democracy, Ghana no better pass you. Ghana not get sense pass we. Ghana not pass you at all. I've gone to Ghana several times in 2006. Several times. You know, I'm saying they get pass you or the book pass we. But they're tolerant and they are too Ghanaian. That's reality. They don't get color. They are too Ghanaian. Everything about is Ghana. Nkrumah, Ghana. That is it. So if we have developed that kind of culture, we can embrace people from the divide. Like what he said. Like the first state opening of Parliament, a maiden speech of Parliament. He talked about the excessive use of executive powers. And he make example that how the after president gets Imbola off as vice president. So that was really wrong. And Inogo allowed anything to happen to the government. I have the speech. So what are we seeing now in 25 months? You know, so these are the things when they say, like this particular speech is a welcoming one, spoke with candor. For Gud Mornin Salone, just be civil, period. The rule you ta. That's Sierra Leone. But if you want to be that kind of person, now me they feed myself, take care of myself. You know, you gotta be careful with me when you talk to me. So that's it. Just be civil. It'll go through easily, smoothly. But they say this picture is a welcome one. If it is really, because I mean saying it and then doing it, that's two different things. Yeah? It's about democracy, good governance, the rule of law. He even spoke about human rights. That was well, I mean, UN Commission supply very good information. But again, look at the amount of violations of people's rights. And then people they go down, the gutters, we need any word. You know, look at what happened recently in prison. You know, so some of these things, the human components, we got to handle that well. And they say again, you know me say Ghana gets sense pass me, but they are too Ghanaian and they are not color conscious. But Sierra Leone, we are over color conscious. So in other words, these problems keep chasing us. Chase we. Then they chase we, then they push at we, they look at we, then they will treat every other day, they live with we, exist with we. So how do we get rid of them? It's through application of what the president said. In parliament, in the judiciary, at state house, as ministers, deputy ministers, as appointees of the president. In the public sector, private sector, I cannot come and sack people who get secure tenure in office. No, I will not do that. A violation of a right. I forgot to the due process. You know, so these are the things we're saying. Let me cultivate that kind of attitude, a democratic culture. If we get out of society, it will find we're not used to them. We're used to that parliamentary setting. Some of folk come applying. That's just the fact. We are used to the paramount chieftaincy mentality. Why I say this, never continue. Nobody should stand my way. If you stand my way, I just squash you. Now, let's imbibe that culture of democracy. Yeah, and then Salone will be the country we will be proud of. More than even way Jamaicans they come inside Kingston can buy Osnan Accra. People they come on all the way in the United States. They say, no, I'm a Ghanaian. You know, I'm Americans. Lil Wayne, they all can buy Osnan Accra. What is happening to Sierra Leone? Why are they coming here? Freetown. Look at the slave ship where Canada so. But because of instability, continuously, democratically, we are afraid. So look at these guys that are coming to Ghana. Ghana in 2019, Nana Akufo-Addo gave 150 passports to US celebrities. Gave them. Ekon was here. Now Ekon will be in the gold. They give all. How much? They give all. They make $10.5 million in just 3 hours. Ghana. People are coming to Ghana. Why not Sierra Leone? Sierra Leone is a democratic country. I remember where Pabewa lost. We accept where Pakroma come in. When England get a problem, there was special parliament. This gentleman we just left. You know, I can't remember his name again. The two Ashton prime ministers name. Cameron and that guy, this gentleman, will be Minister of Finance, got in the fight with Cameron. So BBC, Network Africa, in the morning, they refer to Sierra Leone. I was studying, 2008. I was cracking to my country. I mean, here arise. Why Sierra Leone? It was a pride to us. But again, unfortunately, you me pissed me off. Obama kind of Ghana and not kind of freedom. People ask question why. So these are the things. Can we invent better culture? The president spoke very well, eloquently. You know, he was so presidential. He was so civil. If that is applied practically in a country, definitely Sierra Leone will be a country where people are proud for can invest. They want for invest. They matter waiting to happen. But if we not apply or practicalize anything, definitely we won't get ahead with.
Okay, from the interview I do with the leader for the main opposition party in Parliament, where like Ebide explains, say, most of the thing them the development project or presidents will say like in government do in terms of light, in terms of infrastructure and other sector them development. He say na thing them will like the previous government been start and where it's a continuity in governance that's way really good for push developments in any country. So what you make up of this as we not get better time again?
Government is continuity. That we get for accept. When we choose government again, it is continuity. Don't behave. Don't touch people. Don't embarrass people. Government is continuity. And then Skuman and go open Shady headquarters and them day. Who are doing the defeat project. Eastern Police. What are going to 2008. Now, but don't have Pakaba. All this looking at it, he unveiled across the country. Yeah, it was Pakaba who left those legacies. Yeah, and then someone left those hospitals in so many projects. So many projects. Yeah, who that for completer? President Bio. So government is continuity. But again, when they say, why should they do acknowledge receipt? Like some of us came out in 2013, we came out with a press release. When we went to State House, they hand over the special court premise to the governor of Sierra Leone. They don't mention Pakaba in name. We were there, and I'm part of the special court working group. We gave a press release and advise President Kuma. Let's just say every other thing we do now, we Pakaba and Bidepa, they acknowledge. When the UN special Ban Ki-moon came now, Kimbima, they had a very good time. He acknowledged that President Kaba did XYZ before. It was 3 or 6 months after Pakaba died. That we were excited. So acknowledge it. Secondly, and so say if you don't inherit this thing, now Pakaba left 14 institutions, 9 create, and then Skuma create 17 in 10 years. Yeah? Put them together, improve on them. Those policy systems, policy procedure within internally and externally, try for the one they build people them for takeover and ensure you don't touch them at all. People will get the knowledge base for handling a day because it's important. I cannot have all these gadgets, I do not have the required capacity for handling them. It's a problem. It's challenging. So that will build people in the day. Yeah? At NATCOM, I'll give example now. The last 14 or 15 years, Pakabato and Escoma, they don't spend almost $516, $16,000 per one director on NATCOM for training them, send them go overseas, for train them, equip them, get them go on workshops, conferences. They don't train them. On just sorry, in 1-2 months, get them off. Bring new person come. You go spend almost $100,000 for them to keep them fit in the job. You remember that in the BBC where you talk with President Bio, where they sack people, they say Africa is wasting money. Now, coming to this issue now, you don't inherit energy. We agree that was 5 megawatts. You don't go up to like 60 or 70 or 80 megawatts, which you inherited. How much improvement have you made? The percentage of improvement, like agriculture, will move from 45. Progressively we moved to almost 80%. That's percentage. You quantify them for the MCC. Yeah? Now, you've united energy at what percentage? At what megawatts? How much have you improved? Secondly, we only get domestic energy. And for 98.2 and they'll host them. Not for factory like cold storage or Briwi or African Mineral or Shandong. If we ever supply industrial energy, we don't need donor funds. That's the truth. We don't need donor funds. We can give money, $30, $40 million, then come here for tell me what you for do. Bring a small beginning come on now. Oxford University, where they come here for tell what you do. Where you even say better thing. So can we improve the energy sector so that we get money enough? Now, if we boom the energy sector, yeah, we get above 200 megawatts. We will supply industries them. Industries will pay to ETSA, ECC, and the money will reflect in our economy. That is it. So, it's for the environment. Ghana export light. Ghana export light to Togo and Burkina Faso. How did they do so? They are consumed with them. That's by Kwame Nkrumah. J. Rollins improve on them. So, one for see improvement in every other sector of the country. It's not being stagnated. Yeah, let us move from one station to another. And once we go, stagger water, What did happen to them? It stink. Even dwarf, they grow. In China, they grow. So law will be for grow. Law here they grow. They're not the one sign no more. Not to be static at all. We have to push and move the country forward. We should be competitive. Ghana in its 50s, we are fighting for the African supremacy. Then get them, put in Nkrumah. Namda Zikwe, we all. Pasiki Kam in these 70s. It's a try. Of course, it tries small, but enable at all. China, Rwanda, be head of AU, take Egypt and move them, go against Israel. Tell they do. But after that, we will not get no other head of state where they compete for the supremacy of Africa. We want to compete. So that what the Nigerian scene, students will go study like Una, we go study among Botswana, Zambia, students make more. That's what we want to see. Yeah, it's not about selling now. Protect our image internationally, and then we for go. Finally, I want to see the economy. A big fight. Every other country in the world, where they lead the world right now, the economy, not your ability, might, not your level of entertainment we get. Now your economy. So China and America the effects. Why? They want for supremacy. The economy is strong. Watch Greece. Is Greece fighting for the supremacy of the world? No. Initially, yes. Italy, no. So now the economy determine. If you put your economy now, put your economy in Ghana economy, Nigeria economy, come to Senegal in fact. Now we're in Gambia now with the map. And Liberia. Give it a bit you. So now improve on the economy. You use like he said, they don't use the tax base. Good. You go for even waivers, tax waivers for companies coming to do big time or mega investment. Not that President Komado Fuma. I do way for who African medical London mining, Cape Lambert, Oxia, the economy boom, a boomerang. So one for seeing that should happen continuously. If we do so steadily, let growth.
Okay, well now Elkas, as we know better for a public program.
Yeah, the thing where me will conclude with now that the president gets a 5-year mandate, and he quite aware about that, and it don't make it clear. The start of the year, they say this now year for deliver, not to any more babysitting, not to any more for blame. That time non pass. That time for deliver with the result. That they show say now. Me want take that position now as a result oriented president. When I tell you, say like we get a manifesto, make people enjoy them by waiting a promise whether it will deliver within the stipulated time in line with the medium-term development plan, where it shows say every end they work towards. And I sure say if like what the president say, this is a time for deliver. When COVID-19 go down very soon, I sure say we will get the kind Salone one see. But equally so as I conclude, I call on every Sierra Leonean for come together, more join the fight, may marks up, use water for us and make sure say if you don't get money for contribute, but in your little way contribute for adhere to precautionary measures for more make sure say Salone win the fight against COVID-19.
Okay, well, plenty thank you on Gemini the program. Well, the president in speech already in a parliament, and members of parliament them go begin for debate the president address to them. Well, now this edition of the program inside parliament will left for today, Saturday, May 30th. Plenty thank you to DJ Cliff and Seth, to Franklin Pemabi, we don't give me technical support, and Seth to DJ Sugar Cane, we don't support you for make this program reach you, and Franklin Pemabi, we make you actually love now Radio Democracy Facebook page. And thank you to me guests them. We although not talk on the different plenty other areas them, but then talk on the main areas them we president talk about. Well, not forget for tuning every Saturday for listening to the program inside Parliament. We're going to bring country in them where they happen at Parliament. And as we know, say the speech, I get for the bring can different people them. We get for the can talk on different areas them concerning the thing them we president bill talk to member of parliament them. Well, so till we meet again next week Saturday. Don't forget for stay safe and do the thing them we then say for do for making you not go get the virus. So till we meet again, tata.